Welcome to Bleed Blue Sports.
Hello, and welcome to a new Bleed Blue Sports video. Today's game day. It's my New York Football Giants versus the Cincinnati Bengals in a big matchup in the NFC. Let's get into it. We're going to be taking this quarter by quarter. Starting with the first quarter, we see the New York Football Giants run down the field on the Cincinnati Bengals with Wayne Gallman on his hard running down the field, pushing for first downs, getting the extra 2 to 3 yards, offensive line opening up holes, pushing them forward. We see the New York Giants almost stop near the goal line with maybe 3 minutes in the first quarter with the fourth on goal. And Joe Judge, the head coach, man, this guy just gets my blood boiling. Joe Judge goes for it. First drive of the game, on the goal line. Joe Judge goes for it on fourth down. And Wayne Gallman punches it in. But, unfortunately, after Wayne Gallman punches it in, on the next play on the kickoff down the field, safety Brandon Williams goes down the field for 103 yards with a pretty much almost perfect coverage with the special teams unit. And they flip the field on us, and Brandon Allen still doesn't see the field to start the game. So this is Brandon Allen's first drive. You know, they're making a little push. He's not making too many yards. They're going down the field. They're around midfield. And then out of nowhere, Leonard Williams on the sacks quarterback Allen, ends the drive. They're kicking it. First drive for Brandon Allen meets Leonard Williams. That's it for him. Now on to the second quarter. The Giants came out kind of flat with Cameron Fleming getting his second false start called the game. I'm thinking like this guy sees that Purt's out and now he can screw around. I'm like, come on, Fleming, what are you doing? Like, no, where's Purt at? So with the Giants going pretty much almost 3 and out on this drive, Allen goes back in the field and makes a pretty good push to midfield. But before they get anywhere, safety Jabril Peppers make a tackle in the backfield for a loss on third down, forcing the Bengals to punt. On the next Giants drive, to start off near the end of near their end zone, Daniel Jones took a huge shot down the field on their next play since making the turnover. After Peppers makes the tackle in the backfield for the loss, forcing the Bengals to punt, Jones comes out swinging after a big third down stop by Jabril Peppers. Unfortunately, though, Darius Slayton can't catch this ball. He runs up to it, tries to catch on it, but he drops the ball. I think this was a big play in the second half. This is a clear 7 points right here, just to come out and take a shot downfield. And Darius Slayton, unfortunately, couldn't make the big play. Missed opportunity for the Giants. But still in the same drive, Dan Lewis comes up big on a big 3rd and 6, right before half field. And at this point, the Giants are looking pretty good. We're looking down, we're moving down the field, we're passing the ball, we're running the ball pretty good, we're making some third down conversions. But right before the red zone, pretty bullet shot to Evan Ingram. And he catches the ball, he falls up, he stumbles, he gets up. But then, unfortunately, a great play by Von Bell. Von Bell comes in, punches the ball out. Evan Ingram, fumble, recovery by Von Bell, 30-yard return on that. Evan Ingram, forced fumble. Von Bell takes it back for about 30 yards after the fumble. This is a sad play for Evan Ingram after earlier in the game he made a big 50-yard play. This is very disappointing, and this is not really what to see for Evan Ingram today. We need to get back in the second half and get Evan Ingram involved and make sure he doesn't drop the ball and force a turnover for Daniel Jones. Well, unfortunately, in response to the Evan Ingram fumble, the Bengals go down the field, but are stopped short of the touchdown, but instead go for 3 points, and they make the 3 points, making this a 10-7 game. Which I can't believe at this point that the Bengals are beating us 10-7. This should be a 21-10 game right now, and the Bengals are out here, putting it to us. It's kind of shameful. That's off the Evan Ingram fumble, the Darius Slayton drop, the Cam Fleming false starts. This is piling up, not good for the Giants. We need to come back in the second half and recalibrate during halftime and do something with this. But before that, the Giants come and march down the field a little bit more before being stopped. Before having to bring out Graham Gano, who's been practicing in his apartment, in his hotel building for the last week. He comes out and kicks a 49-yard field goal to tie it up, to send us into halftime. With the score of 10-10, the Giants go into halftime, hoping to make some adjustments. We're going to find out to see what happens in the second half. And now we're back here to look at the third quarter. To start the third quarter, the Cincinnati Bengals came out and fell flat. They come out and score no points. But as for the Giants, Wayne Gallman comes out with the fire and rushes forward for big runs out of the end zone for New York Giants to get out of a tough position, pinned back on the end zone. From those big plays by Wayne Gallman, Evan Ingram redeemed himself in a long ball by Daniel Jones downfield while actually catching the ball. No fumbles, straight catch. On this next part, on the same Giants drive, is where it gets tough for the Giants in this game, where Daniel Jones makes a phenomenal scramble run. But we find out after the run that Daniel Jones' hamstring is injured. And it's a quick third down, and Daniel Jones is injured, but he still decides to tough it out because he's a tough SOB, and he gets that first down. But after the first down, he comes out of the game, and Colt McCoy then enters into the game. Colt McCoy's not a bad backup, he has good backup management skills, but unfortunately, Colt McCoy doesn't have enough in the tank, and they only score 3 points. But on the second drive of Colt McCoy, we see Daniel Jones limp back on the field. He comes out, makes one play, throws the pass, completes it, then gets back out the game. After Jones comes back out the game for the second time, we see Colt McCoy for the rest of this game. After McCoy couldn't finish the job, leaving the Giants with only 3 points, the Bengals come down the field with a vengeance, but then I'm getting the stop in the defense. Beating for a fourth down punt, the Bengals pull a fast one and do a fake punt on fourth down and convert it. But unfortunately, that's as far as they go, and they have to settle for 3 points. Now we see this is 2 big special teams plays by the Cincinnati Bengals today against our New York Giants special teams unit, which is pretty top in the league for special teams. This is kind of a trap game for the Giants special teams, as we're just finding out they're just getting trampled by the Cincinnati Bengals. At the end of the third quarter, Darnell Holmes makes a great play and nicks the ball, which leads to Nico Laus's first interception. Nico Laus is a Dartmouth player who was just called up from the practice squad this week. This is a big deal for him. I'm happy to hear about it. Nico Laus. Look him up. Now we're here at the start of the fourth quarter, where Deion Lewis comes out with another big fourth down conversion for us. I think Deion Lewis deserves a game ball today. Deion Lewis, not a lot of yards in the play-by-play, but as far as I'm concerned, Deion Lewis has made some big plays above the numbers. Speaking of Deion Lewis, he could have added a touchdown to his list of accomplishments today, but unfortunately, Colt McCoy misses Deion Lewis on a wide-open pass that could have ran in right for a touchdown. I feel bad for Deion Lewis a bit on this one. He deserves that in this game, but I still see you. I see you, Deion. You're doing big things here. A couple drives later, Peppers and Logan Ryan collide on some pretty good coverage, which could have led to a Logan Ryan interception. This could have left the interception, but unfortunately, those plays they made, and it was kind of a silly play. They kind of bumped each other, and then Logan Ryan drops the ball, but hopefully he can get another one during this game. After having to set up 3 points after Colt McCoy misses Deion Lewis on a wide open pass, Julius Peppers and Logan Ryan collide on an almost inevitable interception for Logan Ryan, but unfortunately the bump by Julius Peppers knocks it out of his hand. He couldn't bring it in. Thinking just to redeem himself, a couple drives later, Logan Ryan makes an interception pretty much to end up the game and forces a fumble and recovers the ball. Of course, at this point of the game, we all know the Cincinnati Bengals have to make some kind of last-ditch struggle. But unfortunately, this was due to luck, as the refs made a horrible call against Darnell Holmes in the end zone, claiming pass interference when it was just a good play on the ball. You would think their final drive, Cameron Fleming comes out and has another penalty on the day. This is his 3rd penalty today. He has more than half of the penalties for the New York Giants today. This is bad. I can't wait for Purge to get back, and I hope they bench Cameron Fleming. I know Cameron Fleming's not a bad right tackle, and he was good for the price. No one thought he was going to start. But at this point, you need Purge in there. Cameron Fleming needs to go to the bench. And as we think the Bengals have a chance to make a comeback, with it being a 2-point game for them to win it, Leonard Williams has something else to say. And defensive lineman Sheard forces a fumble where Leonard Williams picks it up and ends the game for the New York Giants. New York Giants win. Sheard on the first fumble. Leonard Williams on the recovery. New York Giants football, baby. Colt McCoy wins it for us. Let's go Big Blue. On a winning streak. 3 games in a row. Washington, you're out of here. Dallas, wait for us. Just wait for us. Philly, with the New York Giants winning today. As it stands right now, my New York football Giants are first in the NFC East, with a record of just 4 wins. This is pretty crazy. I think just 5 or 6 games ago, we could be talking about the New York Giants in first place. I know, I didn't have us in first place. I've always rooted for the Giants. I love my Giants. I don't think we're a great team right now, but as far as the NFC East goes, we're the best team. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please come back to Bleed Blue Sports for another one. I'm your host, Jules, and always remember, Bleed Blue Sports. Let's go, Giants!